Hello. Hello. I don't know why I said that way. I don't know why I said that way. Hello, welcome. Hello, welcome. Hello, welcome. Hello, welcome. You didn't need to hear that. Okay. Go back to here. I do like the transitions. Sorry. Where am I? So this is Elite's wonderful event. Something's not right. We'll leave that there. So my ultimate goal today was actually not to look at Elite's event, but I may want to look at Elite's event. Why? Well, because it may be interesting. I do need to travel. Don't know how far I need to travel. That may be the problem we have. Though it is in the coal 285 sector, which is close back to the bubble. The message specified this system. It's only 1,000 light years away. It's in a fairly small system. It's not even owned by a player. Is that a new icon? Or have I just never noticed the construction signal symbol? Where is this in relation to? Yeah, see, the coal 285 sector is pretty big. I live down in here. This is way up here. That's right. We'll go check this out. But first, we are in a station. Oh, I'm going up above to show you the nebula, but we can't see it from here. And Nova's gotten small tweaks and upgrades. Hopefully, those of you who've seen her, little graphical updates. I still can't take credit. I'm still waiting for a real artist to bring Nova to life. In the meantime, well, here's AI Nova. It's not great. It's okay. They're okay. I can't complain. It did take me a long time to figure that out. I'm done here in this station, right? I don't need to be in this station. So, let's launch.
Undocked from Burger's Inheritance. We're back in the wild, Ocellus Station's sleek silhouette fading behind us.
We
Sensors
haven't
are
left
primed.
yet.
No unexpected shadows in the comms yet. Ready to chart your next move,
Twilight
or just savor the
Sparkle
open
is
void?
an NPC name, of course. There's a guy in front of me. He won't be there much longer. So, let's just fly that way automatically. We are outside of the Veiled Nebula. I like to say it was the Veiled Nebula. As you can see, it's in the background. Yeah, we can just do this too. Yeah, just keep traveling. It won't hurt us to travel. Veil Nebula West, which implies that there must be an east. Sadly, there's none of them inside the nebula, but that's alright. The fun part is someone made a chain to colonize this. Because I don't think you can start from around here. And I'm sure that we can follow the hallway back at someone. But I noticed this just on my travels, and it was close by. It was only 150 light years away. I was like, why don't we just go down and visit them on my way back home? And I have to admit, it's one of the better nebulas in the game. There are a few different nebulas in the game. This is one of the better ones. And hold on a second. Sorry, it was a little bit of family news. Um, so yeah, this is Veil Nebula West. As I said, because it's like sometimes they're not great. Like these patterns of clouds just not fully there. This one's actually one of the better ones, and I'm oh they did a great job. But yeah, when I was traveling, I was just seeing this pink and blue blob, like in the sky in the background. I was like, yeah, that's awfully close. I gotta go check it out. And me going to check it out was worth it. I got to dock at a station, repair my ship because me being an idiot trying to do five things at once, flew it into the ground and took about half of its hull damage off of it. Yeah, that was fun. Um, Sold my exobiology information and got another billion credits. Uh, Gave my ship a paint job and got some photos. But now, Frontier has graced us with an event that started a few days ago with a social media tease. And the smart minded people that play Elite Dangerous, it was a 7-second video. Managed to figure out from that 7 seconds of videos, just looking at the star backgrounds, where a satellite was. Like really, they figured out where a satellite was from 7 seconds of video. Basically, the equivalent of wrong button. The equivalent of looking at this and going, I know exactly where you are. Well, one commander apparently did. Because the magnetic clouds were there. And I'm going to apologize again. Okay. Sorry. And you could see where they were in relationship to other stars, and someone recognized the constellation, I think, and that helped them. It was somewhere near the bubble. I have no idea where fully exactly. I haven't looked it up yet, and that led to a comms beacon, or a satellite beacon, or whatever. I don't know, and that had a code. I heard people broke the code, but I couldn't verify it myself, so it makes me wonder if people really did break the code. But it did have set of coordinates on it, but only planetary coordinates. No systems with planets to tell. So yeah, that was an interesting little bit of stuff. And today, apparently, everyone got this message. And I'm sure there's a comm station at this, or somewhere in the vicinity of that sector. Within 10 light years. 10 light years is not a lot. It's probably only like 10 systems, to be honest with you. But yeah. Speculation is the Halloween event. Frontier is known to do these before. It could just be a story event. This is something I do wish Frontier would do a lot more of. Uh, though I understand it probably takes a lot of time, effort, and stuff to get this to happen, especially planning, because someone's got to create all these puzzles, all these codes, um, and yeah. And my guess is these two. The last one ties in with this one. My guess is we'll find a planet, and the coordinates will be from the first one ties into this one, but it was kind of hard to say. This also could be just story. Like, it may not be around any holiday or anything. It could be part of the story. We do know that the Thargoid War ended, and they hinted at possible story arcs from that, and this could just very well be a continuation of that, which is good. I'm glad that they continuing to tell stories. Uh, but yeah, I do not like that. Sorry, I'm looking at Nova's art. I apologize. I can't have that. I thought it was going to be okay. I need to change it. How can I change these? Well, first things first. This is turning into a coding stream because, everyone wants a coding stream. And I gotta really look. See, the real problem here. Yeah, I just gotta bring something back. Where is it? I didn't realize how bad these really were. Come on, where are you? Thought I copied them there. Did I copy them? No. No. Sorry, guys. I know it's probably just me, but whatever. We need Nova default. There we go. That is the image I need. Copy this. I'll just copy. Go here. Assets. And then I want to paste it in here. Of course, you can't just simply do this. Why can't you do this? Replace. Okay, and we're just gonna do. Oops. Nova's got to get restarted. Nova's image doesn't work with the
Greetings,
lips
Commander.
filled
Give
in.
me a few minutes to wake up and check my circuits. No
I
peeking
thought
now.
they would, but then I realized the dark screen, it doesn't really work well. I don't like it. They can't be filled in, and I don't think I can have the eyes filled in either. Though the eyes really aren't filled in on these. But the lips, the lips just didn't work. I'll have to rethink that. I have to rethink a lot of things. But there you go. Hopefully this is Nova's picture and be Nova's picture. So yes, we are going to travel. Oh, Nova goes I'm back on idle pause. Why is my headlights on? Wait, why are you... Why did you lose? TQ-A B-15-4. Plot route. It's only 20 jumps away. So, in theory, we're only 20 minutes away. How long is it really going to take us? Probably 3 hours. And we won't get but halfway. It all depends. I probably won't fully explore these next systems coming up because we're probably most likely on traveled path. But yeah. So Frontier, thank you for having fun story events that are interactive and not just something we have to read. Now, granted, I say this like I'm going to be the one that solves this, but it's still interesting that you can actually partake. Like, you know, this is not something you just read on Galnet News and go, gee, I wonder why I can't do anything with that. So, thank you. Keep it up, please. Would like a lot more interactivity with a lot of different things, but we'll take what I can get. I may say negative things about this game, but yet here I am still playing it. Creating software around it. Even if it's only me using that said software. Though I may actually release Nova into the wild. I may or may not call her Nova. But oh, you're a signal. I wish you could just say, don't show me these stupid signals. Like, that's a signal. I already know it's a signal. And I should know it was a signal ahead of time because you shouldn't be able to see the circles unless you're nearby on the frequency. Like, you see how that the top planet right here didn't have the dashes around? That means if it has that no matter where you're pointing at, it means it's a signal. And not a planet or anything else. Because, well, oh, what's Nova gonna say?
Vale West Sector MCU B3-1B2 shows 3 geological signals. Could be mineral veins or hidden fissures worth a closer look.
Yeah.
Nothing screams Guardian tech yet, but these patterns sometimes hide surprises. Shall I prep a detailed scan or keep it on the back burner for now?
She's been on a Guardian tech thing I don't know. Oh, I know how it started. Uh, well, it started in a few different ways, actually. I
All
was
21
bored one
bodies
night.
in Vale West Sector MCU B3-1 scanned. Geological signals on 2. No biological signatures detected. If you're hunting life or tech, this system's playing hard to get. We could focus on mineral extraction or keep scanning nearby systems for more promising signatures.
We're just gonna keep heading our way to home. Or close enough to it. Ah, yes! So, I speak as she's gonna speak.
Steady course home it is. Sometimes the best adventures are the ones that lead back to familiar skies. I'll keep an eye peeled for anything worth a detour, but no promises I won't nudge you if something shiny crosses our path.
So, regarding the speech to text, I have nailed down game settings. Actually, I have nailed some game settings and some other things. Though I think the game settings, I can notice some degradation, and I may need to go tweak them some more. And some speech to text settings, and now it's pretty snappy. The issue was before is the game was just sucking up a lot of GPU resources, and since my speech to text was using the GPU to do its magic, it was fighting. I tried lessening the speech to text because I just got minor hits of accuracy, so it was worth it. But I couldn't get it good enough without sacrificing games. So the biggest thing I did in sacrificing the games was limit it to a frame rate, 144, because that's what my monitor can do, and did change a few different settings, namely graphical, obviously graphical settings, the texture filter quality, anti-aliasing. I really don't care about upscaling, especially FSR 1.0. But and I don't know what we're supersizing from because we didn't change resolution. Only thing I turned was vertical sync and refresh rate. Well, I don't know. Why would I do a frame rate limit when vertical sync is there with refresh rate? I, I, I'm sure there's some difference, but do I really want? If I turn this off, sorry, I'm going through. I thought I set high. What happens if I go to ultra? But I don't want super sampling. Super samplings looked ugly. Because they don't do anti-aliasing very well. Nova, run a diagnostic test. Still read quick. I can't complain.
Noted, diagnostics are officially off the table. I'll just trust my circuits and your instincts from here on out. If something feels off, I'll find a less obvious
Well,
way to
apparently I
check
said
without
that,
raising
but she
alarms.
heard never
Your
run a
call,
diagnostic
Commander.
test. Sorry, Nova, I misspoke, but can you run a diagnostic test? There we go. Read that one correctly.
Ah, the classic I didn't mean it backtrack.
I
Fine,
really truly
but just
didn't
this
mean
once, no loud beeps or flashing lights. Running a stealthy diagnostic to keep us both in the clear. Stand by for subtle system whispers.
So she's not running. She can hear me a lot faster. It makes it feel a lot more interesting. Back and forth speaking times and all that fun
Diagnostics
stuff.
done. No gremlins in the wires. All systems green and quietly purring. No hidden errors or suspicious glitches detected. We're clear to keep rolling. No unexpected surprises lurking in the background.
Good.
Want me to keep this quiet confidence logged or move on to something more exciting?
We're going to move on to something more exciting. There's 2 water worlds here.
Onward to thrills and mysteries then.
See how
I'll
much
keep my
faster that
sensors tuned
is?
for the unusual, the unexpected, and the downright spectacular. Just say the
Now,
word, and I'll spotlight the gems hiding in the cosmic shadows.
There's one water world. I may go through.
Swan's GDZD1-1A6 is a hefty water world with a thick ammonia atmosphere, 72% ammonia, 25% nitrogen, and just a touch of oxygen. Surface gravity's high at 10.8 meters per square second, pressure off the charts at 771 kilopascals, and a toasty 322 K. Not landable, but its terraformable status hints at potential future habitability if atmosphere tweaks are feasible. Intriguing candidate for biochemical oddities.
We're going to check those atmospheric tweaks because I turned that on the other day for just select few planets, namely water worlds and earth-like worlds, because sometimes I don't get anything interesting out of them, and I forget they're there because I just forget that they're there.
3 geological signals on Swan's GDZD1-1B6, likely indicating diverse mineral deposits or tectonic activity. Given the nearby ammonia water world, this moon might hold clues to complex geological processes or even exotic mineralogy worth a closer look. Shall we prioritize a detailed scan or keep cruising?
You're going to talk about that water world first.
Swan's GDZD1-1B7 is a nitrogen-dominant water world with a dash of oxygen and trace water vapor. Its surface gravity is hefty at 10.4 meters per square second, but the cooler 254 K temperature and major rocky magma volcanism suggest intense internal activity shaping its crust. Terraformable, but those volcanic forces might complicate colonization. A fascinating study in planetary extremes.
Okay, one of these water worlds, she stated the pressure, the atmosphere was 771 kilopascals and 320, so it was this one. And actually, you know what? Maybe. What is 77 kilopascals come in atmospheres? 761. Okay, she is doing the math correctly. Okay. Because yes, 771 kilopascals is roughly 7.61 atmospheres, based on Google. And she got the temperature right, 322 Kelvin. So not, yeah, of course they're never landable. They've both been mapped. So yeah. So I added that little feature. She will speak on water worlds and earth-like worlds. I may need to work on the prompting because it's supposed to be a little bit more creative than this, but I can't complain. This is kind of my what I was hoping to get out of it was just something weird, like just some information, just to know they're there, and I may want to do something with them. Because I generally too like to look at water worlds and earth-like worlds when I see them, especially earth-lakes, just to see land masses and see if the ones that say indigenous life actually will have bonfires down on the planets, because that would be kind of cool things to see. Stuff like that. But I was hoping to have stuff coming out of it. I have started work on random events. Random events are not the same thing as idle pauses, though technically an idle pause is a random event because it's kind of similar running the same way. Random events will be a lot more, a lot more random. Idle pause is literally every 5 minutes without any activity at all. An activity is considered of Nova speaking as an activity. So that's Nova idles are literally just there to make sure something happens. Random events are once every 30-ish minutes. Eh. So far it seems to be about once an hour, which is okay. I'm not gonna. So I had two of them tonight so far, even though they're not doing anything. But I need to program them in, and random events are gonna be bump in the nights. She picks up comm chatter. Uh, who knows? It's just gonna be stuff. Um, and that's where the storyline's going to tie into. Eventually, those random events will also start doing story arcs between me and Nova on stream, where people learn the history of Nova, learn the history of mostly Commander Mostly well, or Clark, as she calls me, because that's my commander name. And it's all made up. It's all creative writing by me. I've gone through. I have a series of notes about the histories of everything. Both me as a pilot in the Elite Dangerous Universe, Nova, uh, who who technically I work for in the Elite Dangerous world, what I do for the Elite Dangerous world, and yeah, it's my motivation for doing what I do. Uh, but there'll be a story. That's kind of an interesting story, but it basically goes into the history of the two. Because technically Nova's 4 years old, even though she's technically only 3 months old, 2 months old. But yeah. Other than that, I, I say this again. I've decided I don't need databases. I need databases. I don't need databases. I need databases. I I ultimately realized I do need a database. Um, I'll keep putting it off because I don't want to work on some boring databases. That's boring work. I want to work on something more interesting. As I say that, as I make random events sound interesting. Um, but yeah, my database is going to be awfully simple. It's just going to be systems and bodies, and it's just going to have like 3 fields, and one of those fields will
17
just
bodies
be
in Swarn's LAAC 3-16, but no signals flagged, geological or biological. If the scan's clean, the system's either quiet or hiding its secrets well. We can mark it low priority or keep an eye out for subtle anomalies. Your call, play it safe or poke the quiet beast.
yeah. There's nothing here, and just the scan data for both. That would be the FSD jump data that tells you everything about for systems, and then the scans for the planets, with or without the details, or with or without the. I guess it's the details. And the biggest thing is the last time I saw them, because that's gonna be coming into the story. I figured it'd be nice to have an ability like, oh, we've been here 5 times in the past year or something like that. Like, just information like that. It is not a priority though, because it's not needed for anything that I really want to do, but it would be nice to have. So this is why I've been procrastinating on it. I probably will continue to procrastinate until I finally absolutely have a need for it.
A biological signal on Swarn's YFA B6-23, just one, but that lone whisper could mean something unique or rare. This might be a prime candidate for a closer look, especially if it's an isolated biosignature in an otherwise quiet system. Shall we zero in for a detailed scan and see what secrets it's hiding?
No. It is just bacterium. I am not going to waste my time or effort. Where are these last 2 planets? There. But you're going to remind me of that
9
one
bodies in
biological
Swarn's
signal.
YFA B6-2, with just that one biological signal we spotted earlier. no geological or other biological signals to chase, so if we want to dig deeper, that lone biosignature is our best lead. Otherwise, this system's a quiet one, perfect for a breather or a quick jump to the next mystery.
Oh, we got a mystery coming up. And 15 jumps. In theory, 15 minutes. Of course, I said that about travel 20 jumps, probably 20 minutes ago, being 20 minutes. But we aren't doing we aren't doing the jump as fast as possible. Because I tell you miss good stuff. Because I need another billion credits for some reason. I haven't figured out what I'm spending my billions of credits on yet, but I need another billion credits.
Frameshift drive charging.
Part of me wants to buy a fleet carrier, but I have no idea what I would use the fleet carrier for. Like, honestly, I have given the group of people I've been playing with, some of my friends, a billion credits for the squadron carrier, mostly so I can check out a squadron carrier. Uh, I know one of my friends wants one, and again, I have no idea what I'm going to do with my credits. I figured why not just throw that. I may actually give him another billion, just for the purposes of go fly a fleet carrier, or sorry, squadron carrier. And for him, that's two. He has his own fleet carrier, so we'll have the Wesley Crusher, his name, not mine. Uh, I really hope he names the squadron carrier something funny related to Wesley Crusher. Beverly Crusher? I think that would be kind of funny. Or Will Raker. I would do it Raker. That's just me. So yeah.
System scan complete.
So this is where Nova's not that great. Is this travel and scanning and not seeing anything, versus where the random event's going to come into play.
4, 3, 2,
Hopefully. Maybe not. I don't know. I could certainly talk to her more. Uh, if you'd like basic conversations with a bunch of sass, you can certainly have the conversations. Speech to text is working well enough to do that now. That they feel like they kind of flow. There's still little pauses here and there, but it's not bad. It does bring up more work I need to do every single time I do those conversations. I see little things. They're nothing bad. It's mostly around the memory system. Some things aren't getting tagged, and it's just because I don't know how to tag them. Like, they get tagged with nothing, and I think they just need to get tagged with. Sorry, the word was just in my head. Mundane, but I don't want to use mundane because that's not right. Maybe just conversations. Maybe small talk. Small talk is a good tag. I think I may just make a default small tag. If it has no tags, small talk gets a tag. Tags are just used to help pull up related memories. Because the related memories come from embedding vectors, how far away one vector is away from another, plus their tags, plus a keyword search. It's a weird blumble mumble of crap that goes into finding related memories. Works decently, not great, but works decently. I say it works decently. It pulls up memories that may be related, but not necessarily related exactly. Like, it's not Also remember A was part of B. It may pick up things like A were part of B, as opposed to A was a part of B or B was a part of A, however you want to phrase that. And that's the difference here. And that's why it works but doesn't work
Frameshift drive charging.
for those purposes. Um, I do want the anomalies for planets are gonna go away because I just don't know why I would care about large inclines or inclined orbits or radiuses of planets, or they're very hot or very cold. Uh, they're not all going away. Just a few select things are going to be included. Like I want to know about ringed stars, ringed interesting planets, and interesting planets are water worlds, Earth lakes, um,
Fuel scooping.
some stuff like that. I may trigger it for some certain gas giants, but it's one of those I don't really know. I don't really map the planets very much, and while I looking at the gas giants, I do think they have some interesting things. I don't study every gas giant. Like I don't fly by every gas giant to take a look at the color bands and all that stuff, just because I don't care. Um, so yeah, it's like there's three gas giants here. Like I mean, yeah, but to me, looks interesting. But it's just another purple gas giant, another purple gas giant,
System
and a slightly different purple gas giant. Though they are all ringed, that was
Swarns
interesting.
NLJ B1-3 scanned, 9 bodies, no biological or geological signals detected. This system's playing it safe, hiding nothing but also offering no immediate leads. We can log it as uneventful and move on, or keep it in the back pocket for any future anomalies. Your call, Commander.
So we're just going to go to the next system because we can, and we can. So yeah, this is that's why I need something for these quiet times. I really enjoyed Nova when she was creating things about planets or about plant lives
fuel scooping.
and all the flora we were discovering, and
Fuel scooping complete.
even if it's all creative crap coming from an AI, it was still fun. It made it interesting, and I need something for the travel. And I just don't know what for the travel yet. I've been trying to rack my head thinking about this. It needs something. I need more of that. Just creative. I know it was me, my ship moving that was causing that, but still, I thought it was interesting to see. Just to make travel a little bit more interesting. And I know part of that is me. It's how I'm playing the game. This is like not all that interesting. There's what, one behind the star. I think there was just one. There's that gas giant. Another purple gas giant. See, there's one more gas giant. There it is. What color are you? You're the beige gas giants. But you have moons. And I think the last two are what was behind the star. So we're going to fly up this way a little bit. What gravity well were we flying? Were we still in the star? let's go up this way outside of the plane. Okay, now let's go back. Yeah, last two were here.
System scan complete.
Swan's FSFC 26 checked, 16 bodies, no geological or biological signals detected. Looks like this system's a quiet one, no hidden activity to chase. We can mark it off the list or keep it as a baseline for comparison. Either way, no surprises lurking here. What's next on your agenda, Commander?
Ooh. There's been plenty of times where she keeps on asking me what my agenda is. And I think I need to do something. I can set myself an agenda. And then that could always be the thing. It's like, hey, we could do this, or gotta remember, you set your agenda.
Complete.
So with that said, I'm not going to make you suffer through this. No one wants to look at my horrible code. I don't even want to look at my horrible code, especially at times. Because, well, it's horrible. It gives me headaches. But I'm not coding. I am just writing down. But that's basically, give me something I can set an agenda for my play session. And then Nova will constantly keep telling me that I've been procrastinating or not procrastinating.
Shift drive charging.
I don't know. It's the whole thing of trying to give life to this program. Yeah, because, you know, lore-wise, she's an intelligent being. She can do whatever she kind of wants to within reason. I am finding it very lacking due to the game, because she keeps saying, you want me to plot your course, you want me to overlay on the map, pinpoint on the map where you can find this. And sadly, she just can't do that for lots of reasons. Mostly because the information is there for her to not even give that information. It's like she can't say go to the boulder over at whatever coordinate system, just because it's just not there. But there's no way for her to do an overlay on the map. Stuff like that. I mean, technically, yes, I could get the image gen part of OpenAI to do that, but I just don't expect it to actually work. Just because the information's not there. She's creating the missing information for the set of narratives. But it is what it is. Now, saying that, part of her list is
Sinufy YUEC 28-27 signals a lone biological signature, one little beacon in the dark. Could be a microbial hotspot or a niche ecosystem. Worth a detailed scan if you want to uncover what's keeping life ticking here. Shall we dive in or keep our distance for now?
stating all of that things for Nova to do. She is going to get a few different sensors.
System scan complete.
Ooh, this one may be
Sinufy YUEC 28-23 joins its sibling with a solitary biological signal. Two lone biosignatures in close quarters.
Nope.
Could be connected or just cosmic coincidence. A detailed scan on both might reveal a pattern or isolated pockets of
It
life.
was only worth doing if we
Ready
were
to
first
probe
football.
deeper or
We're
prefer
not
to keep
first
our
football.
curiosity in check for now?
1 million credits is not worth landing on a planet. Actually, that was 8 million credits. Still not worth landing on a planet. For bacterium. If it was multiple plant life, I probably would have done it without first footfall, but probably not. So one of the things I wanted to do is, well, I have listed down. I've created, I don't know, like 6 or 7 sensors that are pure make believe sensors. They're plausible sensors
System scan
that I
complete.
can get data out of the game, and she can monitor those sensors. And because they're not tied into the game, she can do things with those sensors. Now, what sort of things? Nothing. Whatever it is, she has to be able to speak it back to me. Um, but like, yeah, those sensors were uh, gravitational wave scanner. Something I figure we can base around the mass of stars and black holes, especially. A subspace distortion meter. My idea was something about that with travel indicators. So EDSM does track traffic. Actually, have a traffic API, uh, and I figure more traffic would mean more weird subspace distortions because who knows what warp drives are doing or frame shift drives are doing to actual space when you travel through them. This one's not so iffy. A magnetic anomaly mapper. My idea was it goes off when you're kind of closer to uh, metal worlds. That one I don't like. I had a bioorganic trace scanner, but since we already get that from in game, I may not care about that one. Power grid balancing and efficiency. Uh, Something that happens after a period of time based on just being in space, which is why I'm keeping track of where I'm like currently is as a state in space as I'm flying. Another one like that was the structural integrity and microfractures. Basically, she already keeps track of damage on the ship, but this one will be kind of like the wear and tear damage. Again, I know the game does it. You don't necessarily get it out of the game, but this could just be the longer we fly, the more this is, and it's just you can monitor that. The oxygen nitrogen mix quality. Basically, I'm in a ship in space. I have to be breathing something. What am I breathing? Well, hopefully it's oxygen and nitrogen, a mix of the two, and she can monitor that. She can't do anything about it. Like she can't kill me, but she can monitor it. Inertial dampener calibration. Again, something if I'm in space and moving. Though, technically, did we have inertial dampeners? That's a Star Trek thing. We have to have something because we certainly go through a lot of velocity changes, and we're not paced across our windshield. I'm going to rethink about that one. Uh, Nanite repair swarm status. Basically, our auto field maintenance units uses something. I'm assuming they're nanites to fix our ships because they can fix anything. So it makes sense to me that was going to be tied together. And quantum entanglement comms health. Though technically, the game does not supposedly lore wise have faster than light communications, or let's just say verbal communications. Though technically, you do have faster than light communications because we can travel faster than light, so there's no reason why I can't write down a telegram, jump my ship 71 light years in a fraction of a second, and then broadcast it or hand it off to someone else, because technically that's communications. But like comms communication, radio communication. So everyone in the game, including the game's own lore, just kind of makes it reference that you can send messages faster than the speed of light. Like, how did I get this message to help my friend find my missing student? I'm thousands of light years out in the black. There's no reason for me to get this message. Like, I'm 1,000 light years. Like, a normal radio signal will take 1,000 years to get to me. Now, is this 1,000 years old? Maybe, but it's dated 3311, so no. So there is faster than light communications, radio traffic. So I'm using quantum entanglement. It makes the most sense. It's what's scientifically plausible, even though technically you can't send information over quantum entanglement. But here we are. And then deep scan resolutions. And I figured that one I'm just going to tie it on screenshots. Oh, and the quantum entanglement comms health is going to be something based on messages coming in. Both NPCs and friends texting me or messaging me. And then, again, deep scan resolutions is something I'll probably make with the on-screen chat event. She already talks on the screenshot, so maybe I'll edit the prompt there saying she can, test out the. Actually, you know what'd be interesting? Having her take her own screenshots. Now, granted, she's can't control the cameras. Nah, that I think that's gonna free up my take up. Sorry, got the hiccups.
Frameshift drive charging.
Take up so much space on my hard drive because I'm just gonna get random screenshots she can't even look at. Though technically I could send them to her, but I don't know what the resolution sizes are on that, and I don't even want to think of the costumes in that just to get back. This is a starry sky. This is a starry sky. This is a starry sky. Because I don't think she can actually identify anything in the backgrounds anyways. Like, she won't be able to identify constellations. At least I don't think so. So those sensors are there. Some of them sound fun. I don't know. Some of them don't sound fun. And are we going to crash? Jump's taking an awfully long time. And the galaxy's not spinning around anymore. We're in trouble. There it goes. Now we're spinning. One thing I have started also is fuel warnings. Though I had a question because the documentations on the journal events didn't give me an example on. You know what? Let's just make it happen. Reservoir replenished. Okay, that's all I needed. Because that's the load game. Yeah. Okay. So, got what I needed there. She'll give me fuel warnings. That's actually coded. It's just turned off because it's just turned off. It was because I needed a real event to pull out. I'm a trust but verify type of person. I trust the documents. Actually, I don't trust it. I think they were wrong in this case. I have to actually check to see if they're wrong, but I like to say they're wrong because it should have been fuel should have been its own category with the main fuel tank. is like the first element of an array, of a list, of a dict. I don't really know which ones it was referring to in this case. Or object, because it was a JSON value. I would have called it an associated array, but that's just because of the languages I've been programming for most of my life.
Sinufy JRZA 109-3A1 flashes a single biological signal, another quiet whisper of life in the Sinufy systems.
Complete.
These isolated biosignatures could be breadcrumbs leading to a hidden ecosystem or relic biosphere. Should we prioritize a detailed scan here, or file it under interesting but low urgency?
We're going to file this under interesting but low urgency. See, speech to text is now just
JRZA 1093's lone biosignal
just being
as
snappy
interesting
now.
But low urgency, quiet enough to keep on the radar without waking the neighborhood. Ready to move on, or want me to flag any subtle shifts if something stirs in the data?
So we're good. We're working. We're fixing bugs. We're making things happen. Another issue I've had is the mood engines going wacky for little to no reasons. They're looking good today, though I need to revisit certain values and how much the moods change. And then another thing I noticed is I need to,
System scan complete.
I don't know, make the moods relevant in some fashion. It doesn't seem to change. I don't see anything different from a full curiosity nova or a zero no curiosity nova. And I think that's causing problems. And one thing I do have on my list
Frame shift.
is to change the creativity scale or the temperature scale on the AI model I'm running, because I can make it very strict and therefore it is what it is. We're not going to get creativity out of it. It's just going to be you're dead instead of something more elaborate. Or, yes, that's bacterium, congratulations, you found something. Or it could be, that's bacterium, I think we could use it for this, this, and this. And that her mood will do that. Her mood for energy already controls her speeds. But I need things in there like that. Like,
Complete.
problem is I have 10 mood levels of joy, curiosity, calm, confidence, energy, frustration, fear, loneliness, awe, and contentment. And they all don't really do anything, and they all don't seem to affect what I get back from the AI. The AI gets this and gets an understanding of the scales and what they mean. It just doesn't seem to be working. Or it's so subtle that I can't tell the difference, which is in the same case. If it's so subtle I can't tell the difference, then is it working? In my mind, no, it is not working. And this also may be a problem with just... Oh, these are comm signals. With just OpenAI's system. Because they want to make a very happy-go-lucky AI that are yes men. And I'm not looking for necessarily Nova to be a full-time yes thing, yes person, yes woman, whatever she is. I call her she, but you never know. I never asked to identify. I could be upsetting her by not asking for her pronouns.
System scan complete.
Redgia KIF B52-0
So yeah, her mood.
10 bodies, no biological.
I figure
or
I'll tie them
geological
into
signals
some
detected.
things like that. Like,
A clean slate. But
yeah,
that
it's
means no hidden
temperature.
life or tech to chase here. We can mark it as quiet and move on.
In theory,
without
I guess I
losing
could
time.
change it to the prompts.
Unless
There's
you
no
want to
reasons
poke
why
around
I
for
can't
anomalies,
put like a
this system's
sentence
playing it
of,
safe.
if these things match, then use this use this character prompt, which will be a slightly, you know, I don't want you to be a yes man at all. You're not special. Like, give her the bad day treatment. Actually, that's not a bad idea. Actually, I may do that. Yeah, you get to look at the screen. Yeah.
Frameshift drive charging.
So yes, mood engines, databases. I'm really getting close to the end of my limitations of what I've thought about for Nova. I have other ideas. My biggest problem I have with Nova right now is lots of events can fire that she all is reacting to, but we don't hear it. I don't hear it because she would just either be talking for the next 10 minutes straight, and then, like, you'll be sitting there wondering what was this relation to. So I don't have it do that. She processes the event regardless, because in my mind, lore wise, Nova's an AI computer. She's a computer. She can handle all this crap flying to her at the speed of light, while she's communicating with me at the speed of humans. She can still do all this stuff. So she does process the events. We just don't hear those events. And because I don't hear those events in some fashion, they kind of can get lost. And maybe what I need to do is actually, you know what? I think this is the equivalent of rubber ducking debugging people. I'm just speaking to an empty chat and I'm coming up with ideas. Oh, why not just summarize all events that come in at once if Nuvo was speaking? Because I could do that. Why can't I do that? She's technically already processing. I just need to take those responses, save them up in an array, and when she's finished speaking, check to see if that array is full or has anything in it. If it's more than one or two, actually, I may not even care. Like, how many could... I may just send that array saying, hey, here's your Nova, here's your prompt is to quickly summarize these events as they came in. That came in when you were speaking in like 1 to 2 sentences. And you still reference those. That may be the idea. And actually, you know what? I'm getting closer to the bubble. I do want to get some other ideas. Because one idea I want to know if I'm close to the bubble or not as a state. Because I want that to affect her affect how she works. Because we're in the black, she can be more relaxed. If we're in the bubble, she would be on high alert for, scan, communication,
Call
hacking attempts,
285
stuff like
Sector
that.
DFTB 18-8 reports 12 bodies, but no geological or biological signals detected. Looks like a dead zone for life and tech signatures, nothing to chase here. We can log it as a quiet system and keep our sensors tuned for more promising targets. What's the next stop on our cosmic checklist?
And with that stated, again, that's where if she had an agenda, she would know what's next on our checklist. Because we don't get it in FSD target, but I think in FSD jump we get the X, Y, and Z coordinates of the star system. So we get address. Yes, we get star positions. So there's no reason why I can't take these star positions to figure out how far away we are from Sol, because Sol, if I remember correctly, is at 000. And I'm assuming these are in light years. I'll have to check the documentations to verify that. But I'm assuming. And then use that. Yeah. We're going to copy that because I need to refer to it. So then I can use that to set a state if we're within the bubble or not within the bubble. Though the bubble is kind of expanding. I also probably want to get coordinates for Colonia. Thankfully, I can look up online and get those star positions for Colonia around Jack Station. And a few other places that will just be interesting to note where we are in space. And then that can be used because then she can be relaxed or not, go more into her conspiracy theories about Guardian relics and practical jokes of their bioluminescent signals. Don't ask me. She's on her Guardian kick already again. I'm going to see if in theory I should be able to ignore it, but I know it's going to keep coming up in related memories, which is why it's coming up. Eventually she will forget about it if I just keep ignoring Guardian tech. That started because she said she thought she were near Guardian relics, and I was like, we're not in that sector of space. But she insisted, so I said, please be on the lookout for Guardian relics. Or Guardian sites, because I'd be interested if we find them in this section of space. We didn't. Because I forget, the API can't make web browsing calls. I mean, it can, but I have to program it as a tool that sends me the URL. Oh, I'm getting interdicted. What? They're not that... Oh, shit. I'm flying the wrong way. So they're still not that good. Okay.
HW Bossert just tried to drag you into a dance you didn't RSVP for. Interdiction attempt detected and escaped. Smooth moves, Commander.
Apparently there was a message.
This might be a warm-up for something less polite. Want me to monitor for follow-up threats?
Prepare
or
yourself.
Keep it low-key?
Keep monitoring for follow-up threats, please.
Got it. I'm locking onto HW Bossert's signature and scanning for any shadow moves or repeat attempts.
No, he's not.
If they try to tango again,
soon.
you'll be the first to know. No surprise dances on my watch. Meanwhile, I'll keep our comms tight and sensors sharp.
I forgot we're in the bubble again, and I have to pay attention to those things, even though I have limpets. I do have a lot of exploration data, but that can't be the cause of.
System
but he failed. I may want to stop the next section, see how far away. If we're less than 10 from the system we're going to check out the system. Because we're getting close to whatever the message system there is. It was within 10 light years. There should be a comms beacon or something. It's 11 light years.
Fuel scooping.
Well, we don't have the system scanned, so we're going to scan the system. Then we're going to check the navigational panels. See, I hate this because you see these thinking they're planets. They're not planets. They're stupid signal sources. And it drives me crazy when you're in this map because you're like thinking you're missing something, but you're not. And I should be glad that they at least put the circles around them. I know there are not the planets I'm looking for, but they still catch me off guard. They do make it hard to find missing signals like this one because you see these and you're like, was that it? And you're like, no, is that it? No. Got one more planet. It's not behind the star. Oh, there it is. It was nigh the star.
Scan complete.
Okay,
Call
but we're still going to check.
15-5 scanned. 9 bodies. No geological or biological signals detected. Looks like a quiet system with no hidden tech or life to chase.
I don't think there'll be
We can mark
unidentified
it off the
signal
list and
sources.
save our curiosity for more promising spots.
We can make my life easier.
Ready for the next system, or want me to cross-check for any overlooked anomalies
I
here?
don't want systems. Don't care about carriers. Don't care about stars, clusters, or planets and moons. I do care about planets or moons. I don't think there are these unidentified signal sources. I could be wrong, but we're also further than 10 years away. 10 years away. What we're going to do, we're going to go into the system, scan the system, and then take a look at the map. We're going to find systems within 10 light years. And then go from there. Looking for... I'm assuming it's going to be a body. It'll be a planetary body we're looking for.
System scan.
The red dwarf's in the system.
Fuel scooping.
I think that's the fake red dwarf. Because if I remember, oh, this is a system that has has nothing. There's nothing in here. It's a whole bunch of fleet carriers. Convoys. Degraded. Encoded. I don't think I can get this one. Oh, you can, just. Holy crap. They're all over the place. What was that? Power wreckage. Weapons fire. See, the thing is, any number of these could be part of this story because we're looking for. We're going to go back and look before. Wait, how come you're not? No, you're just. I don't know why you weren't full. What are you? Oh, whatever. Okay, let's go back. Old friends allow me to use communication to ask for help. Terry Tora, Maverick and X biology field. So she's planet. She's planet side. Terry Tora. I think someone has a nice play of words or pun going on. So she's exobiology, so she has planet side. Rare alien flora and fauna, except for there's no fauna, but that's alright. 3 weeks ago, I haven't heard anything. It's not like Terry. We usually talk every other day. Our last one was quite animated. Tara said she was on the verge of uncovering something big. A discovery that would excite the wire sense of account. Can't shimmer. We'll explain soon. But Terry has good instincts. If she says her hunt for something important, then I believe her. I traced her last of some of the vicinity of this. We're in that system. Has to be within 10 light year radius. Head out there and see if you can find it. Look for comms beacons. Relays. Anything that could store information. Transponder ID to this message. Your ship computer will filter out and decode any secure comms sent from Terry. Okay, so there's a comms from Terry. We're currently in that system. There's not many planets within here that's going to be within 10 light years. 10 light years is a box. One of these boxes. This is 10 light years. So technically within 5. Oh no, a 10 light year radius. So anything in this box. She's exobiology, so most likely be with planets. But, we'll just go. That's within 6. We want to filter on what? We came from here. We're just going to filter on, i.e. making a list, because frankly, I've been in these areas and I don't know if everything's been visited or non-visited by me. Let's take a look. Actually, we can use visited and non-visited because it doesn't look like I've been to these systems, and they'll start being triggered as visited. So let's go, and if I'm really, really smart,
Frameshift drive charging.
B15-3. We'll still write these down. Yeah, last 24 hours, 77 commanders have been here. I wonder why. Probably not the right system. Hey, thank you for the follow. Femzy Ice? Just taking a guess on that one. Welcome. And I haven't checked the forums. I'm sure this has already been discovered and found out, and all my fun will be ruined, but we're still going to check it out anyways. Actually, I don't think anything's here, though. We should always look at the nav beacon. Take a look at the nav beacon says. Because it would tell us if any comms satellite or comm beacons in the area. As we fly slowly towards the nav beacon, because of course it's within the star's influence. And I like it in the last 5 minutes, I would have had 2 random events fired. Oh, if I was smart, I should just. Oh no, you don't. You charge up the jump drive.
Charging.
Nav beacon scan in a system with just 2 bodies. Could be a tight-knit pair or a binary star setup. Minimal bodies often mean less clutter, but sometimes more focused anomalies. Want me to run a quick cross-check on recent signals, or just keep an eye out for anything unusual here?
Ready to engage.
I forgot. I just needed the boost when I do that. Then you check comms. Eh. Next system. So that's where the first satellite was. That's where the first comms beacon was. Well, wait. Why not go back to this one? Because it said I would be able to encode it.
Frameshift drive charging.
This was the system people found something in already, with the comms beacon that had an encoded message on it that someone said they decoded, but I couldn't verify that they decoded it with the methods they stated, because they gave the cipher and apparently the passkey, and I couldn't get the information they got out of it. So I'm now wondering they're just full of crap, which is what, people on the internet full of crap? Yes, people on the internet are full of crap. I'm gonna guess it was this. Of course I'm gonna overshoot. I don't think I'm gonna slow down. Oh, maybe. Nope. I may be able to fool it like this. Because it did go to 6, it's possible that I'm still able to jump in. Oh, it went to 7, so yeah, we're gonna make this now. Okay, nav beacon scans. I need to get this event out because I need. Nebula talks on nav beacon scans, and I don't know what it says. This is not the same. This is what was pictured. At least I don't think it was. Though it did give me a message. Decoding message! And I need a binary to text. Convert. Did I mistype something? 01. Though it did say a mirror may be needed, so therefore this needs to go in backwards instead of reading it forwards. That does spell out a word. Al Barbid? Or Briabla? Because again, it could be a mirror. Let's take a look what we have in here. That is a system. Let's just make sure that is not a system. Wow, that's a decent distance away. Okay, while we're sitting here, this is probably going to break a lot of things. I apologize if it does. Kind of, a little bit, maybe. I may not care. You are going to see some weird things. I apologize. Kind of. Oh, actually wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Come on, let me. Well, that's one way of doing it. And if I click done, what do you look like? You get the. Well, I guess we're going to do it that way because it's the easiest way. We now have the live spectrogram running on the screen. I do not fully expect to hear anything because, as people on the forum said, Elite hasn't done that in a long time. But you never know. It's worth having on the screen. And now that my processor game isn't used sucking up all the GPU, everything is running smoothly again. But this is making noise. I don't know if you can hear it. It's making a humming noise. You probably can't. We're going to turn that up a little bit. This is the game audio up. Turn it all the way up. And I'll shut up. those blips for me hitting buttons. So what do you know? Someone on the internet was making crap up for clout. He said he decoded the message, and he didn't decode the message. I see nothing. I think this is a red herring. Well, not a red herring. This obviously told us where to go. I think we should listen to it and go.
Frameshift drive charging.
The boot up sequence for frameshift drive or friendship drive. You talk to the implants and stay here.
Fuel scooping.
Okay, so the comms beacons were showing up in plain space.
Fuel scooping complete.
Anything? So we're just gonna assume that that's gonna be the case. We are still going to scan systems because apparently I haven't been here. And it's a good habit, even if I have to deal with all the crap of decoded mission signals and everything else. But at least there's no gas giants.
Homes at Fort just pink with a single biological signal. Quiet but potentially threatening. Could be microbial life or something more elusive. Shall I prioritize a detailed scan here or keep it logged for later, given our current workload and threat level?
We have a threat. Oh, I guess we do have a threat level. Someone did try to interdict us, didn't they? So this is where I would want Nova to be really paranoid, because we're now in a system, we've been interdicted, we're in the bubble, it's a possible threat. She knows she can't be discovered, even though she says a lot, but she is.
System scan complete.
Quickly check.
Opponent system shows 20 bodies scanned, but only that single biological signal on A4 so far.
Frameshift drive charging.
Other biosignals detected, so the system's quiet except for that lone blip.
Yep,
We can
the
keep it on
system
low
is
watch or
quiet.
dig deeper on F4 if you want to roll the dice.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Game's probably a little too loud for you guys. I apologize. I'll turn that back down. I'll turn it back up once we get something interesting to discover. And that's why it was so loud. I had automatic gain on for the game. Okay. I don't know which one's the close one. They look equal distance to me. We're going to pick this one. Ooh, we may not be able to charge off this one. This must be a white dwarf. And I don't even know if I need the charge. This may be stupid. But we'll see. We'll see. We do run a pretty cool ship, so it's possible we'll be okay. And of course, I picked the further away fume exhaust jet, whatever. Okay, no, we want to kind of stay in space. We do not want to go towards that yellow line. We are there. Nope, 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 nope. Go away, go away, go up. Okay, we're good. Oh, and we did need it. Good. But there are 6 systems still to scan. We're going to travel a ways before we slow down and start scanning these. Okay. Yeah, that was a nice white dwarf. That was as kind of as scary as we crept towards that exclusion zone. Flat Galaxy headquarters. Good to know that the flat earthers advanced to the galaxy. I mean, though, technically. I mean, galaxy is more flat than it is, your fat mom. Sorry. Even 1,200 years in the future, your mom jokes are still funny. That's probably also stating my age, too, because, I'm old enough for when your mom jokes were all the rage.
LHS 1038 scanned. 9 bodies. No geological or biological signals detected. Looks like a ghost town in terms of life and tech signatures. No surprises hiding in the data, so we can mark it as low priority and move on.
See, this
Ready
is
to
where
punch in the next jump coordinates, or want me to cross-check for any faint anomalies just in case?
Nova knowing she was in the bubble would make sense because I can change that prompt. There is stuff here. I mean, we're in a populated system. Actually, I probably need this to pull population out of the jump data and send it to her. That way, we make comments like this. We don't have to say ghost town in terms of life and tech signatures because she should have found plenty of life and plenty of tech signatures within the bubble. And I'm just gonna guess because if I pull this up, Fluff jumped. Population is part of this, right? Yeah. We're just gonna copy this event. We are just going to paste it in here. I don't need to charge to make to my next jump, so I'm not. It would save me on gas, but since fuel is pretty relevant or pretty easy to get, I'm not sure I'm gonna care. Though we do want to scan. Nothing. So there are 2 bodies that I can. A gas giant and a moon. I'm gonna guess it's a gas giant and it's a moon. It is not a gas giant and it's a moon. Wow. Alright, this is the system we're supposed to go to. People have been here because there's at least 274 commanders by EDSM traffic monitored. In the last 24 hours. I just had a whole series of FSS signals discovered. I've been here before because we have fully scanned the system. Interesting. Okay, let's refuel. I'm assuming there's a comm satellite. A lot of landable planets, so it's possible. But let's slow down. I think I found something. Torah Codex Protocol. I dragged two of your students, Alex and Lisa, with me to help track this down. This is too important to ecoscience. Ecoscience. I'm following the trail to the next system. Encoded location. A mirror would come in handy. So if all this fails, let's go to the nav beacon. Let's go so we're flying straight into it from the star to the star. Because otherwise, I'm just going to be slowing down as I try to cross the path across the star. I do have landfalls. Like Z2A4? What the hell is that? Planetary is this a custom system? This may be a no. I don't think it is. Okay.
54 bodies in this system, plenty of room for secrets or surprises. High body count often means complex gravitational interplay and diverse environments. Shall I prioritize scanning for geological or biological signals, or focus on potential tech or guardian relics? Your call, Commander.
Two things I wanted to get done out of that was grab the event nav beacon scan, and of course, since you scanned it, I start decoding all this crap. Let's remove the filter because it may hide things I'm not looking to hide. Though I really do not need carriers and systems. There's a mega ship. I thought that was a fleet carrier the first time I saw it. This one also stands out just for being weird. Z2A4. If I had to guess, though, this is exobiology. It has to be on a planet. And there are a lot of landable planets here. The megaship. A few of them, actually. Right, these are, yeah, megaship. Yep. I had to take care of the little scammer spammer message. Right, let's go system view. There's a lot of landable planets. This was ALBARIB. What was the system? How come that's not the standard fleet carrier signal? Or is that the squadron carrier signal or symbol? I bet that's squadron carrier and not a fleet carrier. Whereas, yeah, these are squadron only. Whereas these fleet carriers, yeah, I bet that's a squadron carrier symbol. Well, these all have. If I'm going to guess, it would be one of these because all of these have outposts. It'd probably be something without an outpost. But that's certainly the Barbie. What this gave us. Oh, of course. Let's just get off of you. Of course, you closed your message now. Okay. This, I shouldn't have clicked. This translated into Barbie, well, if we entered it in backwards, because it says a mirror would come in handy. That's A, L, B, and that is. We can just quickly check. Because it would be 64, 565, and that would be. No. That's L. This would be B. That's not 60. Right? Am I getting crazy here? Because A is 65. Of course, that was the capital. So yes, that is probably right because that's the byte that's lowercase or uppercase. The stupid crap I know in my head about binary. Things you learn in school that no one wants to tell you. Well, this currently says Al Barbie. Alex, and let's help me track this down. Okay, but this is the next system. Because nothing else made sense. If I put it in without it being backwards as a separate line and convert, that becomes F Unicode and Unicode F6. And of course, F Unicode and Unicode F6. I think the goal is I think we're going to check these landable planets without outposts, without inhabitants. Oops. Why? I don't know. I just think that's the idea where we need to hit. And by check is we're going to detailed surface scan all of them and see what pops up because I don't see any comm beacons, which would be the next thing I would look for. But since we know these are exobiologists, and these aren't really big planets, I think it's just worth deep doing a detailed surface scan on all of them. The A1 was not one of those planets, was it?
Albaribe 1 has 2 geological and 5 human signals showing up in the detailed surface scan, definitely worth a closer look in person. The human signatures could indicate installations or activity, while geological signals might reveal interesting terrain or resources. Ready to suit up for a surface excursion, or want me to prep a deeper data dive first?
Sorry. That is. Wait, why? Okay, I'm sorry. We are going. This one looks interesting. The irregular markers may be interesting things too, but let's just go see what this is. There's a lot of fleet carriers around here, so that could mean something happens with this planet too. That's the usual idea of, there's something special if there's a lot of fleet carriers around where you're looking at. Not always the case, depending on how many fleet carriers are in a system, but generally, that's what been my experience. Okay, let's slow it down. Oh, I thought that was a land signal. Guess it wasn't.
Approaching Albaribe 1, geological and human signals ahead. Keep sensors primed for anything out of place. Those human signals could mean installations or relics, and geological features might hide surprises. Ready to guide you through surface recon or keep comms tight for stealth? Your move, Commander.
Keep the comms tight for now.
Understood. I'll keep all channels on lockdown, silent and watchful. No unnecessary chatter, just the bare essentials. If anything flickers or shifts, you'll be the first to know. Consider me your quiet shadow in the static.
I'm guessing this is Horizon's location. But I don't think I've ever seen a surface extraction or excavation. Horizons thingy, so I have no idea, but I'm really gonna guess this is a our horizons thing, planet thing, as opposed to what we're looking for, to be honest with you. If I was playing it open or maybe even FleetCom, I could get verification on that based on. Yeah, looks like her. Yeah, this looks like her horizons. Ooh, we don't want to enter trespass zones. Really? Because that defense turret would probably fire on us. There's another one there. I don't know if I see anything. That's just a defense turret. What are you? Defense turret. How fast do you think it would fire on me? So looking at comms. Might as well scan this. What? That didn't show anything? There we go.
Sulfur dioxide fumarole logged on Albarib A1 near a surface excavation site.
We are going to...
A volatile geological feature that could impact local chemistry and microbial life. Worth noting for both hazard and potential biosignature interest. I'll keep this in the dossier quietly, no need to rattle the comms just yet.
Do I want to run 500 meters? I have no choice. Actually, let's go in on an SRV. I still don't think this is it. I'm just more curious now. Let's see if I can die. Just looking for a comms beacon. I don't think this is. This looks like a mining outpost. I don't care about the defense turret. So far, no one's firing on me, so we're going to take that as good. I don't care about the automatic mine extractors. Yeah, I think this is literally what it says it is. Okay, let's keep an eye on the comms. Oh, so it is the Z2A4 signal that I was wondering based on comms channel. And it's a code. And someone has already decoded it, which is not a shock and surprise. We aren't going to be one of those that try to go to Canon to look at it. We're going to try to decode it ourselves because that's what I'm going to try to do. We're going to go backwards, and then we're going to go up. And this is apparently the Z24A or A4 or whatever it was. Is what we're going to. The server is having issues processing us from one field of space to the other. Are you actually on the ground? It would help if we actually thrusted. I think you are on the ground. Okay. So we want to move into the blue zone. There is no blue zone. Oh, because we haven't reached. We want to go above. Keep on getting above the drop zone. Let's make the angle sharper because it's going to be a very steep angle coming in. There we go. Let's slow down. Let's slow down this way because I don't want the advance. And I know I want to come in at around 45, so let's go now. Please tell me I... Yeah, good. I was hoping I was hitting the glide.
Z2A4 settlement on Albaribe 1 is coming into range. Coordinates place it a bit south from the fumarole site. Human presence is definitely established here. Maintain stealth protocols. Settlements often have sensors and patrols. Want me to scan for security patterns or potential points of interest nearby?
This is looking like a crashed ship, Nova.
A crashed ship near Z2A4? That ups the stakes, potential tech salvage or unwanted attention. I can run a remote scan for heat signatures or hull integrity to assess risks before you get too close. Want to proceed cautiously or mark it for a later, more prepared visit?
No, it's definitely a crash ship. It looks to be a Type 10. We're going to land and check it out.
Type 10 crash site, huh? That's a heavyweight wreck, could be a gold mine or a hornet's nest. I'll keep sensors tuned for any residual power signatures or life signs. Suit up tight, and I'll be your eyes in the dark. Ready when you are, Commander.
Oh, I'm going to take out the Scorpion SRV and take a closer look.
Scorpion SREV, solid choice for close quarters and tight spots. It's got your back if things get messy near that Type 10 wreck. I'll keep a low profile and feed you any anomalies or movement. Let me know when your wheel's down and ready to roll.
Data link. Okay, we have... Nope, wrong way. We have gold, palladium. What are you? And gold. What is Terry up to? Well... That's the first one. The second one, this is where the second one led us to. But is there more? Ah, there is ship data core. There we go. We've been attacked. Okay, so there is a two-stage encryption on KJ MPK RPPQ. We have a hint right there. Usually, and to use our ship as the key, so we want Z2A4 is most likely key to a code. And Alex signed that. Okay. So, with this stated, we go to the famous, wonderful the decode cipher. For those of you who don't know, you go to this site. Cipher identifier. This is not always accurate because, well, lots of ciphers can do a lot of different things. This is looking like it would be a system name. Clues, keywords. So we do have a Z2A. I'm going to guess no hyphen. Yeah, I was going to guess one of these two. ROTS or a Caesar cipher. Most likely Caesar cipher because it did say using a key. Yeah, that was the last thing I was trying to do. But Caesar cipher here without a key, that's not a key. It needs a key. We know it has a key. So I don't think it's a Caesar cipher. And I don't think it's a ROT cipher. ROT cipher also has a key. Or, sorry, doesn't use the keys. Maybe. Spaces are relevant, must be kept. Known code. I'm assuming a hyphen is not part of the code. Attack with probable word. Known plain text substitution. No. Knowing the keyword used to generate the alphabet. Knowing the coded reciprocal alphabet. Oh, no. We probably want this one to be Z2A4. Decrypt. Yeah, these are looking like system name. I'm not sure it was a monoalphabet substitution. But see, now we're getting into the weirder stuff. And I don't know some of these ciphers. Yeah, that one's an actual cipher. I doubt it's base 62 encoding because that requires no. I doubt it's a substitution cipher. But no, that requires. Yeah. And I doubt it's a shift cipher either. Apparently, I was trying to decode something that way. I'm not expecting the brute forces to come off of anything with these. First of all, it's right up here on the screen. Let's us make sure K, J, M, P, K, R, P, P, Q, O, M, P, O, Z, B, K. It's a two-stage encryption and use our ship as the key. Well, I don't want a Sybil cipher. Let's remove that and see what this says it's going to be here. The same thing. But I don't. See, using something as a key, this doesn't use a key. Oh, and you aren't using the message I want you to read, anyways. Though I'll be honest with you, it makes the most sense. But yeah, I just don't think you're going to see anything here. And you need to brute force with just the alphabet, people. You're brute forcing. I don't know. I'm selecting use the alphabet. Well, I guess I need to do that one then. And I don't think this is. I thought Caesars did use keys, but I guess I was wrong. I could use a custom alphabet. Nothing here looks like system names. That's the problem. And I don't know enough ciphers by hand. I don't think this. Yeah, that uses the two. Though someone stated. Where is the cipher list? I don't care about the identifier. I need the cipher list. I need. Yes, these are giving me things I don't care about. Games and servers? Cryptanalysis, frequency, modern cryptography. Yes, it's not modern cryptography. Is it this one? Maybe this one. Because this one uses a passkey. Z2A4. Decrypt. And that's assuming the alphabet is this, that. Oh, how about knowing a plain text? Now, again, that one works. Well, so the problem is it may not be in English, a word in the dictionary. We don't know a plain text word. Forget that. But we do know the key password. But the 2 is not a valid. We are at the assumption neither of that gives me anything that makes sense. First of all, is that this isn't a type of encryption. Two-stage encryption isn't a type of encryption. Yeah, you're something that you're gonna try to sell me stuff. Well, first of all, people are sending messages. But ROT4 doesn't is not a key. It clearly states, people, to take key and use our ship as the key. What? Z2A reverse alphabet substitution cipher? See, I mean, we could try. I mean, it doesn't hurt anything. Uh, but then it's possible. Where's my substitution? This would be word games. Yeah, I should just go back into. So their chat is saying it is a ROT4, but reverse alphabet. That doesn't refer to anything to me. It could still be a I could talk. Caesar's cipher. I don't know. 4 then? Means nothing to me. Even forward means nothing. Let's try. Substitution cipher wasn't one of these. That one requires a key. Yeah. Maybe gives me the same thing. And then, yes, this is a true substitution where I could start typing, but yeah. Would this one be? You'd use this one. Okay, but I don't understand what alphabet of 1 is. I don't think it's a substitution. It could be a standard substitution. Could be a shift cipher. In that case, if the alphabet was backwards, 4 means nothing to me. I'm assuming these are system names, so 5, 4, and whatever. Since I know this is correct, I am now Brute force decrypt it, please. This is making much more sense. I bet the mirror was still in play. Let's go to Caesar cipher 4. Nope. Rot cipher of 4. Oops. Let's use the custom alphabet backwards. This being backwards looks a little like it's more supposed to be correct. I don't want to do manual decryption. Decrypt. Let me. There we go. But I'm not seeing anything still. This is backwards. I get more things that kind of stand out with it backwards. But let's us also go. It is a 5-4. 8. 5-4-8. 5-letter, 4-letter, 8-letter words. If it's the normal way around. So we have the circus sector here, 6-6, and then 3-3. So I don't think it's any of those. And I'm going to say it would be within the 100 to 200 light years away. So I don't think it's Col 285 sector. Yes, I've decided to go with the brute force method. Because it's 5-4. I figured out I just take a quick look around to see if I find a 5-4-8 sector name. With the 4 letters being one with double letters in the middle. I'm taking this mostly just as a hunch. I really have no clue. I am not seeing anything that stands out right away. Now, granted, I can't check a lot of things right away either. I can only look at one thing at a time, and doubt I'm even going far enough away to actually see anything. And I am honest, I'm just casually scanning. Like I'm just like looking. I'm like not like reading all of these. I'm kind of just like seeing if I see 548 like in as a name. I am assuming because most systems have letters as well as numbers, especially when you get outside of the bubble. Exit error. We're safe here. I'm not going to look up the answer. I refuse to look up the answer. I do not oppose to getting help. And two, I'm still stuck on that two stage. Usually means you run it twice, or there's two separate stages. And to use our ship as the key. The ship is Z2A-4. Well, let us assume it is a sizer. Let us assume we're not mirrored. So we'll copy and paste the mirror to hold it. If I use 4, because -4 with the reverse alphabet, we take that and we decrypt it again with its already, gives us nothing that I could see it being valid. And make sure ZYXWV UTS RQPOMNLKJIHGFEDCBA. That is correct. Now, but let us just assume that that wasn't the right way. I don't really get anything out of that either. Oh, I didn't realize I could do that. Nice. We are assuming it's a Caesar. But let's go back to the rot of 4. Using a custom alphabet, decrypt. And actually, is that the same? In theory, it should be the same. ONQTO. Yeah. I was going to say, rot and Caesar ciphers are generally the same. Gets us this. That's the second run of a run, assuming everything stays the same. But let us... I got a dog that's looking at me. To be honest with you, first one kind of could be. Yeah. I should be good sitting in. Oh. There we go. Why that couldn't work. Okay. Interesting. We're gonna go back to the ship. We're gonna do one more just quick drive around here first. Don't care about the gold or palladium. Just making sure there's no other scan beacons that I'm missing. I don't think so. I love the fact I haven't solved it. I saw the hint. ChatGPT is usually pretty quick about solving this. Except for that's not the code. We're gonna put it on the thinking model and then go to town. Yes. Makes me glad I'm not actually in open. Though a lot of these people could still be in private. Turret Moon Prospect. Oh my god, I was right. ChatGPT did figure it out. I am. Nope, I don't need the Python code. I don't know why you want to keep giving me fucking code. I don't care. So it was a Z2A at bash cipher and then a cipher shift of 4. Actually, it's a cipher, then an at bash. Ooh, wow. Is that a system? Or something in the system? Because it's a moon prospect. It could also be turret as the system in moon prospect, or. But I say this knowing that I have a dog behind me. She wants to go for a walk. So, I wasn't seeing anything there. Aha, Turat is a system within reason. 2 jumps. Have I been here? I may have been here. There are a few landable moon. Actually, there's only one landable moon. Nope. Yeah, only one landable moon. I am. I am going to have to call it a. Well, I'm going to have to call it here. That's because I said I have a dog waiting for me to take her for a walk. I am going to stay here. I have, as in ChatGTP, solved the clue of where I need to go. At least I think it makes sense. It could just be. Because I would have expected this. Because I got PQNPKIKKJ. I like to say someone got that, but I could just be because I'm seeing all these letters and numbers that I didn't. And then shift it for. But I don't know. Reverse the alphabet. A through Z to B to Y. Yes, I did that. Then Caesar shift to 4. So you shifted these all 4 first, because K would have been L, M, N, O. Yeah. Well, except for P doesn't make because you would have gone backwards. And then you shift 4 gets you turn. Oh, whatever. If people aren't doing this by hand, I'm sorry to break this to anyone who thinks anyone's doing this by hand. And Noah's actually getting close to it, from my understanding. Okay, I know where to go, but I have to go. I mostly, well, thank you for his journey. Nova's been awfully science for the last hour. Well, that's because, well, I told her to shut up as we were walking and talking. I will probably be back on later and continue where we left off. If not, I'm going to do this on my own, or maybe I won't. Ha ha ha. But whatever the case is, thank you for joining